Welcome back, YouTubers. What you're looking at there is my Spanish destroyer chambered in the 9mm Largo. Now it says on a 9mm Bergmann-Bayard, but it's the same as the Largo. This one here didn't have the original magazine with it when I bought it. So this magazine here is actually a 1911 magazine chambered in .38 Super. And I've tried it and it works. You just got to cut a notch for your magazine catch, which is right here. Right there, you just got to put a mark and it'll work fine. And the action on these aren't very smooth at all. The 9mm Largo, I've got some factory ammunition I'm going to shoot from, I think it was made in Spain, I'll have to look. But it's really, really weak. It's got the proof marks on it, and probably won't focus on that, but it says Spanish destroyer right there. And what else does it say? It's hard to say, it's kind of wore off, but I looked up these proof marks. It tells you what year it is. I'll put that in the description. It's pretty beat up, but yeah, it was kind of a neat looking rifle, nice little carbine, which I kind of wanted something in a smaller caliber to shoot at home. You know, shooting the 22s is fun, but something a little more power to it. So I got 5 rounds of this here Century International Arms, made in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and it's 9mm Largo, full metal jacket. This stuff is really, really weak, and it's pretty old. I'm not sure. Like, it's made in Spain. Let's just imported it through Montreal. But anyways, well, you can pick that up. But the primer pockets are starting to corrode. Get some of that green from the brass oxidation. So let's see how you do with these. Try some hollow points. These are 115 grain quantity XTPs. Never tried hollow points in this before. I don't know if it'll feed them or not. I only got 5 rounds. Doesn't seem to want to feed any more than that. They kind of just get jammed up in the feeding ramp. So let's see what I'll do with these. So this wasn't really much of an accuracy test. I just wanted to see if it actually functioned with these reloads, but yeah, not bad. These are the 115 grain hollow points. Got a nice little Mickey Mouse there with a shot over his head. And like I said, these are only at 20 meters, which is about 25 yards or so. Nice big ragged hole there with these are with the home cast wheel weights. So you know, function all right. Sometimes on the last round with this magazine, I think the spring's a little too strong for it, and it would kind of push it up into the loading ramp a little bit. So you had to kind of push it down to get it to into the chamber. But other than that, it worked fine. One thing I found is this front sight band is super loose, so I'm going to have to do something with that. Maybe put a little divot in there to hold it, or some JB weld or something on that. So I'm going to try this thing maybe with 100 or maybe 50 yards, 50 meters, whatever, when I get a chance. So it's not a whole hell of a lot of info for reloading the 9mm Largo. The only manual that had any info at all was the Spear number 13. They've got two bullet weights, 115 grain and 124 grain. But I found a website, which I'll put in the description, that has some more loading data. And die-wise, you can use either 9mm Luger dies or 38 Super dies. I guess they work. But as for loading data, you can't use the 9mm Luger loading data or the 38 Super, because even though the cases are a little bit shorter, the pressures are a lot more in the Luger. And there's also, I guess, a 9x23 Winchester, which I guess you can use the brass for that's the same brass as a Largo, but the pressures on that 9x23 Winchester are twice as much, so you're definitely going to do some damage if you use that loading data. But you can get brass from Starline, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, the shell holders is where I was having an issue. That website said they used a Dillon shell holder for 223 Remington. Now, this is a Lee shell holder, which works fine for 223 Remington. Because the Luger, which fits the Luger just fine, the Largo is just a little bit narrower, and I had to kind of put my thumb against sometimes because it would just pull out a bit. So I tried the 223, but it was real tight. I mean, the virgin brass barely went in there. And this one will go in now because I've been kind of pushing it in and out, to see if it would go in or not. And I don't see any damage on the case rim, so that's what I have to do, is just kind of work it in and out just to get it to fit. I mean, once it's in there, it does move around, so it's not jamming up or anything, just holds it a little more securely. So that's the only issue I was having. If anybody loads for the Largo and they got some info or tips, you can leave them in the description or make a video response to this video. That's all I got for you, so thanks for watching.